Good afternoon, guys. It's Keith Trades. It's today's June 23rd, Sunday, right? We're gonna kind of go over an impromptu video of just kind of how I set up my weeks, what I'm charting for, and what I look at. So number one thing when you wanna, prepare yourself for a week is what do you have to fix from last week, right? So I have the stuff I have to work on from last week, and then you want to show up 1% better this week, focusing on those fixes. We're not gonna get too much into that side of things. We're gonna go more into how I chart for the week and then what I'm looking at for the week. So number one thing off the bat is we go to news, right? So forexfactory.com, all of these times listed are in EST time. So for me, I would subtract 3 hours from these times, right? So coming in on Monday, right? No news Monday. We do have an FOMC member speaking, but I don't really see that as a problem, right? We do have some FOMC members speaking, but overall Monday there's nothing. So understanding Monday no news, right? Likely going to see choppy or slower action. Right, coming in on Tuesday, right, we have 10 a.m. consumer confidence, right? I'm focusing on the USD red folder news, right? So this would be 7 a.m. my time, so I would wait 30 minutes after the market opens, right? Once news hits, I'll see what structure we set up and see where we lie from there. Right, coming on Wednesday, again, another no news day, right? Orange folder, I'm really focused on the red folders, no news, right? So we'll see how that looks. And then Thursday is a hitter, right? Final GDP, unemployment claims, and then pending home sales, right? So I'll be mainly looking at Thursday because Thursday has a lot of news and a lot of volatility. And then Friday, we have core PCE and the revised consumer sentiment. So the red folder news days are going to be your best days to trade. Monday and Wednesday will likely be a bit slower action, but it doesn't matter, right? You just adapt to the action and kind of see what structure we set up. But on these days, you always want to wait till after red folder news, see how the market reacts, whether bullish or bearish, and execute based off that. Let's go on to the charts, right? Starting off on the weekly time frame. Number one thing I do is mark out my previous week high and previous week's low. So very simple here, right? This is the weekly candle. Pretty weird candle, right? So this is all-time high, but I'll put PWH, right? That's previous week's high and then previous week's low, right? My main sell side point I'm looking at is obviously this 19903 that I've been calling out, right? To fill this gap, right? You see the new week opening gap Sunday. The LW is last week, right? I'm keeping the new week opening gap from last week because we haven't really filled it yet. I want to see the midpoint of it and then the full fill of it, which would likely happen because we found that selling pressure. We're likely to retrace the discount. But let's go on the daily time frame. Right, for my daily time frame, it's pretty simple. I mark out previous day's high and previous day's low, right? So this high is now going to be a full buy side liquidity, right? The buy side and sell side are kind of internal targets, but it's a full target now, right? Here's previous day's high and then low, and it's pretty much an equal low here. So put sell side liquidity equal lows, right? So these are your main play points looking at coming into Monday, right? Friday's high and Friday's low, kind of seeing what happens there. Let's go on the 4-hour time frame, right? Huge 4-hour imbalance here. Huge 4-hour fair value gap. I do like that. Coming on the 1 hour, right? We haven't really tested much of this 1 hour, so I will kind of leave it. Understanding, like, when you look at the charts for higher tenor, yes, we have a huge 4-hour fair value gap. Likely can put the midpoint of that fair value gap in, but we're still respecting this 1 hour, so not going to do too much there, but I'll pop in here, right? 4 hour CBC, consequent encroachment, right? Or midpoint discount, whatever you want to call it, right? 4-hour CB, right? Just the midpoint of it, right? We just placed through. I'm not going to look for a buy side target here, right? I'll likely look to fill the midpoint and then midpoint here, right? So we took sell side, we failed to deliver lower, right? I likely see market retracing in a discount that's right before selling off, right? So likely coming into the session, we're going to want to see us hit this point or this point, and then I want to see that continuation lower, right? Coming on the 1 hour, let's see what we have on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, right? Nothing much. We have a buy side level here that I will mark out, right? And I want to extend these points a bit farther, right? These are just buy side points, right? Small highs, right? Small highs. Mainly looking at the 15 on those highs because it's a bit harder to find the long targets if there isn't really a clear high like this. So you look for the gap to fill the SIBIs, and you look for like small 15-minute highs, right? Let me extend this one too as well. Next week, right? You on the 15, right? And then you can start to see, okay, this is a clear buy side. Okay, this is kind of a buy side target. And then you go from there, right? So we have that sell side equal low. Let me slide it back a little bit. Slide that that back, right? So we're looking at this, and then we have lows here on the 15. On the 1 hour, they are still prominent, so I will put the sell side here. And the last thing I look for is the new week opening gap, right? So, right, very simple. It's where we closed and then where we opened, right? It's just I use it as like a support and resistance level of play point, right? So we see respect of it, we run low, right? Just a support and resistance play point, a new week opening gap, because there's not really a huge gap here, right? We closed here and opened here, right? 359. Here's where we closed on Friday, and then here's Sunday's open right here. Right, very small point, but like I said, I use it as a support and resistance level, right? So if I see we're bouncing on it, we're starting to respect it, then I can look for higher. If I see we just place lower on it, I will look for lower targets. It's just a play point in an area of interest, right? You're not going to trade based off that, but if the structure aligns with it and you start to see some confluence with it, then definitely, like as you can see right here, right? Kind of have balances, kind of playing around with that. So I'll pop that one in. And that's pretty much it for NQ, right? I don't really do too much analysis. I don't really care what the market's going to look like, to be honest, because I'm waiting for pre-market on Monday, right? I'm waiting to see how the market opens, and we're sitting back, right? We're watching structure form, we're understanding price action of the week, and we're gauging targets, right? I don't look to do analysis and crazy analysis on the weekends because none of it really matters, right? It matters what sets up. So that's what I have, my areas of interest for this week, right? Coming in on Monday, we're looking at Friday's high, Friday's low, previous week's low, right? And then this gap. This is mainly what I'm looking at. A no news Monday, right? Likely not going to do anything crazy. As you can see, action has been pretty inefficient and pretty ass. So be it. Let's go on to ES now. Right, same thing for ES. I don't really chart ES too much because I don't really trade it. I just use it as confluence. But same stuff, right? So previous week's low here. Right? Previous week's high. Right, and then we have this gap. This gap here, right? We're still looking at that gap fill here, right? We're still looking for this one. I don't really chart ES. I chart it for confluence purposes as SMT and to gauge how the markets are moving, but I'm not really trading ES, right? I like NQ. I've stuck to NQ, so I just do that. But when Discord launches, I'll be totally fine to call out ES, right? It works. The same stuff works, right? Same thing here, right? We zoom in, and now we're looking at the daily time frame, right? So we're gonna mark out Friday's buy side high, and then Friday's sell side low, right? These targets are important. Previous day highs and previous day low are very important targets for confluence, for a trade target, right? They're very important. Coming on the 4 hour, right? We still see us respecting this 4 hour BISI here, so I'll be fine leaving that. And then we have a 4 hour above, right? So we'll just extend those and leave those. Coming in on the 1 hour, let's see what we got. 1 hour similar stuff, right? Just have this point of interest, and then we have this buy side high here. Let's fix this. And that's pretty much it for ES. Pretty much how I do it. Right, likely, again, what I want to see is a sell model continuation, right? We have market maker sell model on higher time frame. I want to see us come back to discount, and then I want to see us run lower to fill what area of interest. I want to see market fill this gap that we have in the market that's just never hit yet, right? I want to see market fill that gap. So that's what I'm looking like for the week, right? I'm not doing crazy analysis, but that's just me charting and kind of understanding what news looks like. And that's just a Sunday's market prep for me, typical what it looks like. And now I usually go into my journal and I focus on what I need to fix. I focus on my weekly objective for this week, and I'm just trying to get better, just trying to grow, right? Yes, I've been doing this for, 2-3 years, but futures trading has only been a year, right? I'm still learning, I'm still growing. And we're just building our consistency, right? We're just building it each and every day. We're just getting better. It's a non-stop, never-ending growth. But thank you guys for watching. That was June 23rd's, right, Sunday prep for this week. We're going to have a great week, and we're going to kill it. Right, thank you guys for watching. Any comments, any questions, just leave it down below, and I'll be sure to answer quickly. Thank you guys.